the Jets hadn't.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? We back here for the post game recap. I'm Coach Thomas. I got my boy, Downface Gremlin right there. We back for the recap. That was one hell of a game for the first week of the season. I can appreciate the win. So happy that we won. However, I am very disappointed in what well, you know what? I'm going to say something. Salute, and I'm going to clap it up to Gremlin. Because Gremlin called it about our secondary and about all the new pieces and about how, he felt as though that was going to be a problem. And you called it, dog. You called it.
Well, luckily, a new addition to that secondary also made the big play at the end when he needed to the most.
Yes,
So,
he did.
although we had an ugly game of getting torn up passing wise and rushing wise, he made his plays in the fourth quarter that he needed to make.
Yeah. Hey, Darius Slay, dog, he has to learn how to tackle.
Yeah.
He has to learn how to track the ball. He has, dog, and here's a problem. He's too old to be trying to learn that.
Yeah.
He missed too many open field tackles, that should have been TFLs. He missed, you know what I'm saying? The first touchdown to Garrett Wilson, that was just pure laziness.
Oh, that was ugly. That was ugly. He was just flat out beat, and Fields, got to give him credit for making that perfect pass, to get
Oh,
that
absolutely.
touchdown, but he was just flat out beat.
Absolutely. And and I feel as though what's the name played real timid today. I think he played more not to lose than to play to win as far as defensive coordinator calling. I didn't like that we weren't pressuring Fields. You know what I mean? I didn't like
Yeah.
that. I mean, we weren't pressing. We weren't even sending in. See, that's what I miss about Dick LeBeau. Like we might only rush four, but you didn't know which four was coming. There was so much movement, stunts, and twists going on. There was so much confusion with blocking assignments on the offensive side that we got pressed. I don't see none of that anymore.
No,
I don't
no.
see none of that anymore.
And if you notice there in the second half, in the fourth quarter, when we finally got the ball back, turnover there. I mean, we got the ball back from them going 4 and down from us. What did we do? We blitzed them heavy on those last two plays on third and fourth down. We came right at them. The safety blitzed on that first one, and that's what stopped that up. And then that next play was the linebacker in, and I think another secondary blitz. I'd have to re-see it again, but we blitzed
I
both
think it
those
was
plays.
Patrick Queen got the hit on the one time. Patrick
Yep.
Queen got the hit on.
So, those were great calls there. It almost seemed like the defensive coordinator was just calling a way too safe game today, as far as
Way
I'm
too safe.
concerned. Um,
I
you
agree.
know, I didn't like how he was calling it, but also I didn't like how it seemed like Cam was just getting eaten up. Two blockers every time. He can't help that. And the young guys, Yaya Black and Loudermilk, like we were saying, I
No, no, listen,
it's a
nah,
tough
listen.
spot. It's a tough spot to be in.
It is, but listen, Cam was getting listen. I saw Cam getting double teamed, break off a double team and make a tackle. So listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. Cam was drawing the attention that we needed him to draw. We needed Benson, and like you said, Black. We needed those guys to step up and make plays. All right, because listen, Cam was fight. I saw one play where he was double teamed. He was double teamed, and then he washed down off the double team, got chipped by the tight end, and still was in on the play.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe because I'm so used to seeing Cam play at a high level all the time, no matter what, or most of the time, it's frustrating to see a team rush all over us just like that. But they were getting beaten at the line at first, and even in the beginning of the second half, they were running Hall right up our gut.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and I'm gonna tell you that's on, and I'm gonna tell you that's on linebackers reaction and crashing holes and filling in the holes, filling in the gaps, and that's on our defensive linemen playing with the playing with the guy in front of him instead of getting rid of him. I saw one time Highsmith and I forgot their tackle's name. Dog, they were sitting there dancing like they were doing the walk. The
Yeah,
play's all the way over here, and you
yeah,
still sitting here tussling with him. Why are you tussling with him? Get rid of him. Go get the ball.
yep, yep.
I
And
saw a lot of that today. I saw a lot of that today.
what I don't like is that the lead tackler of the game is Chuck Clark. That's not that should not be that way. It should be, if anything, we needed to be our front, the defensive line, and our linebackers. That should be who's leading this game in tackles. And then, I mean, right behind him is, obviously Highsmith Queen, and then Juan Thornhill and Chuck Clark, 8 tackles apiece. Uh, that's too much, and
Well,
that just
well,
shows how that was opened up a little bit.
absolutely, way too much, way too much. I'm gonna give credit to the offensive coordinator. He pretty much stayed and like TJ was pretty much trying to chase everything down from the back. Like
Yep.
he pretty much stayed away from TJ.
All credit to TJ. He had a nice couple chase down tackles from that backside when they were running
No,
away.
he did. Yeah, he
He
did.
he did a great job there.
And he had a deflected pass. He knocked down a pass on the screen.
Yep.
Knocked down. I wanted to see more. I wanted to see more pressure from TJ, especially since he was going against a rookie. You know what I mean? I should have heard his name more. But as all in all, our run defense was abysmal.
Yes, it was. Yes,
It
it
was
was.
abysmal. Our
Yeah,
run
and
defense was horrible.
here's how abysmal it speaks to as well. Out of those 8 tackles that Chuck Clark had, 6 of them were solo tackles. And I don't know if you remember, I remember seeing number 21 going and running down a running back all by himself when Breeze,
Right.
when Hall made a couple plays there. So yeah, the one thing we did say, you and I both talked about beforehand, was Fields did a good job of running when he had to. He's dynamic in that way, so why not use his legs when they had to? And he threw the ball a lot better than I expected today. So all credit to him for attacking our defense like that. I
Absolutely.
gotta give Fields some credit.
And absolutely. I want to touch on the times when they did get pressure and they collapsed the pocket. They were so busy having a tango and doing the walks with the lineman in front of them. Fields went right past them
Yeah.
because because see, my whole thing is this: once you see it's a pass, get rid of him. Why are you still trying to fight with this guy? He's no longer your objective. Your objective is the ball. You see what it is. Why are you still tussling with him? Get
Yeah.
rid of him. Make him hold you. Do something. But don't just sit there and have a tug of war with him because you're making his job easy for him now. Because you're more worried about him fighting with him than going to get the ball. So you're basically you're basically taking yourself out the game.
Yeah, it's tough to see. It's tough to see. One thing though, which I did like, is they attacked Sauce Gardner. And on a couple times it worked. Metcalf was able to get there. He was able to use his dynamic playability on some of those short passes and gain some real big yardage. They were able to divert one-on-one coverage from Sauce on him. And that's what helped us get, especially when they diverted that coverage away to let Wilson run in for that touchdown.
Yeah,
That's good play calling right there. But I got to give Metcalf credit for being mostly covered by Sauce today. He did a good job. He got open when he needed to. So I don't know. Still, the question lingers of who's the number two receiver, but Metcalf is clearly the number one.
yeah, yeah. Austin came through with a couple of clutch plays also. Our tight ends, Fire Move and Janu Janu came through today. Uh, I mean, I like the overall team effort as far as the offensively. Our line, yo, Jones, get him
Oh,
out of there.
yeah,
Get him
that
out of there.
was that was brutal on that one
Get him
sack.
out of there. Yo, Jones, get him out of there.
He
Get him
did
out,
not
man.
look good.
Get him out of there. That
He did
was
not look good.
Aaron will not last all season long. And man, we still got to go against Miles Garrett and Hendrickson, and
Yeah,
he's getting hit like that.
yeah. I know if you remember that last blitz, he let go of the defender completely. There was not even like a real move put on him or anything. It was straight up one-on-one blocking, and he got
Yeah,
beat bad to the inside at that too. He let him go to the inside, and he just got
he
straight up manhandled.
no, listen, get him out of there. Get him out of there. Yo, listen. There is a young diamond in the rough somewhere sitting on somebody's practice squad. Get some info, get some footage, do whatever you got to do. Get Jones out of there. Get Jones out of there. Get him out of there. Get him out of there now. Get him out of
Well,
there now.
unfortunately, he's gonna be out there next week. He's gonna be out
I
there the
know.
week
I,
after
I'm
that.
saying.
So
I'm
we
saying. We listen. We got it. Listen. Don't wait. We wait. It's gonna be too late. Listen. When you see an issue like that, I can understand getting beat. What? No, dog. You got roasted all game.
yeah, all game too. It was
And,
all
and yo,
game.
and it didn't matter if it was run defense or I mean, or didn't know. I'm sorry, it didn't matter if we were running or passing. It did not matter. You
No,
got destroyed. You got destroyed either way.
and meanwhile, Faltanu looked pretty good. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
opposite side of it.
Dog, listen. I was gonna say switch him. I was gonna say you might have to switch him because that's Aaron's blind side, dog. He's got to go.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, if they do go that route, there is one thing. Broderick did play right tackle last year because Dan Moore was on the left, so he does have still familiarity there. And Faltano, they did place him. I remember during practices early on and
And
before he got hurt
preseason, he
last
was on the
season,
left.
and he was on the left. So if that's something they want to entertain, they're going to have to start doing that if Broderick is going to keep letting up guys like that.
No, not on the blind. Not on the blind. Good God. Not on the blind like that.
And
I mean, Aaron balled out. I ain't going I mean, there was a couple of decisions I felt as though like the one sack, I think was the first time we punted. He had Gameville wide open in the flat. He should have been the hot read. He held on to the ball and got sacked. I think I didn't, I mean, I felt as though, you understanding down and distance, you know what I mean? You know the hot route. You feel me? And I think Gameville was the hot route because he was wide open as soon as he came out the backfield. Quick dump off, sprint to the sideline.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He gets that first down. I think that I mean I didn't like that read. And
there's a there's a couple audibles Rogers made that I did like. Like I believe in the first quarter, he, yeah, it was still in the first quarter. It was right after the Jets had made their, or right before the Jets had made their, right before the touchdown pass to Wilson, rather, right? He audibled right there, and we only did get 2nd and 7 out of it. But the play beforehand, he had to have recognized something, and it helped us more. So there are a couple audibles there. If we can get to see the film with the extended footage, field footage, I'm sure he was able to pick up something that in the end helped us. Yeah, instead of it's 2nd and 7, we got 3 yards instead of who knows what the play beforehand.
Right,
But there was
right.
a couple times he was changing routes there, and it worked. So he still has his acumen, obviously. And I don't know about you, but aside from a couple passes, he still looks like he's got that arm on him. Still looks good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The arm still looks good. I wanted to see. I wanted to see. Well, we he tried the one time and Austin caught the pass interference, and
Yeah.
Austin threw the pass. But I wanted to see more downfield. I wanted to see if they were going to send D. You know what I mean? They want to send DK on the fly and launch it up there.
Yeah, and as much as I like the use of Jonnu, I really wanted to see more deep field use of the tight ends in the receiving game too in some of those situations. Like get Fryermuth down the field a little bit, get Jonnu Smith down there a little bit. I mean, uh, that play, of course, to get the touchdown, that nice little shovel pass right there
Yeah,
at the line, that shovel pass sweep, that was great. But Jonnu's the type of guy that he can catch as well. So if we could get him just down in the middle of the field a little bit, I think he's going to be better for us in the future too, if they
and
enable him in the passing game a little bit more.
I wouldn't mind. And if we can get our line together, a play action, seam route, a play action, bump and release seam route to Washington's big behind. You know what I mean? Washington's huge. He can take that seam route hit from the safety or whatever and hold on to the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He might even bounce all over and keep going.
Yeah, and one thing that I was so frustrated with, and I'm sure you were today, was I don't understand how bad Warren was in the first half at finding any holes. I attribute that to Jones as well because he blew some of those run blocks. But even when Warren had a little bit daylight, he looked like he was a little bit in mud. It was just a little bit of slowing down for him.
Yeah, listen. I don't know if that was because of blocking or if it was him not getting in a rhythm. Because I saw them going to Gainwell a little bit more than they were going to Warren.
Yeah, they
I
started the
saw
game with Gainwell.
right. This is what I'm saying. I saw them going a little bit more to Gainwell than they were with Warren, and I think maybe they need to. I think you need to get them both. If you're going to do that, if you're going to have the 3 man set or 2 man set, whatever you want to do, you got to get them acclimated and into it early. If you're
Yeah,
going to do it, you know what I'm saying. If you're going to do it, if you're going to do it, do it. You know what I mean? If
yeah,
you're going to do it, do it. If you're not going to do it, then you don't do it. But
yeah,
don't tease it. Don't play with it.
yeah.
You
Because
know what
if
I
you
mean?
notice the running on Warren at the end of the third, finally, and then into the fourth, when we were scoring, we were going down for that drive. Warren was being used very well there towards the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth. Right, he's getting
Right.
run. He's finally getting better runs. They're finally having better play calls for him. And then you know I don't understand why they're using Caleb Johnson as a return man instead of more than Gainwell for our running game. I don't get that. I'm not sure what that's all about, but that seemed that's one of those things where it sounds like again to me it's like a Tomlin thing. Like, well, we'll get the rookie, we'll get him acclimated by throwing him on as a punt return guy.
Right. Yeah, I think it should have been more Caleb in the run game, Gainwell in the return game.
I agree wholeheartedly. That would have, I think, been much better, especially
Because
Gainwell. He fumbled that one. Luckily, he got it back,
yes,
and
yes.
that wasn't, to my eyes. Maybe I need to watch it a little bit more, but he didn't
No,
take that
no,
hard of a
that
hit
was
to
a
the
helmet.
ball,
No, that was a helmet straight to the ball, but you still had to protect that.
and he was one handing
And
it
I
in the
look,
bread
look,
basket.
look, you gotta have. He had the ball here. Okay, he had the ball here. He went like this and tried to. You understand? Like here, like you. No, I
Yeah,
need you
no,
here. I
no
need you here.
coverage.
You're leading with one arm, and you still got the. You only got one arm on the ball. I need you here. I need two hands on the ball. Lower that shoulder and go. You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think hopefully they're on the same page and they saw the same thing that you and I identified and probably a whole bunch of other fans identified. And these adjustments are made and we don't see this next week.
Yeah, they're going to have to do what they can to shore up some of that because their schedule only gets tougher. Um,
Yeah, exactly. Oh, exactly.
it
And like
is,
I said,
no week is
that
an
that
easy week.
Jones, that Jones got to be addressed. That's got to be addressed.
Oof.
That has to be addressed because,
And
dog, I'm trying to tell you, Miles Garrett's gonna see that tape and say, "Coach, don't switch the sides." I'm going right. Coach, don't switch the sides. I'm going over there that week.
I mean, that first sack, he got pushed back so hard, right into Rogers. Rogers, he maybe shouldn't have went. He shouldn't have went to the side that he did, fought dropping back like that. But still, Jones on that first sack got just pushed right back into, and Rogers had no chance.
Dog,
And right then and there, it
Jones
was
got
like,
demolished, dog.
yeah,
There's another way. There's no way to slice it. We can't. He got
no,
the. We can't even. I can't even say Aaron Rodgers. I can only say one sack was I can say was Aaron Rodgers, and that was the one, like I said, on that 3rd and 4, where I felt as though it should have been a quick out to Gainwell in the flat because he was open. Because it was 4 out routes. It was 4 out routes. Gainwell ran the up underneath out. I think DK ran the one over the top this way. I think Fairmouth ran the underneath on this side, and Austin ran the out over the top on that side. And what's the name? They were in the zone, and they were in the zone, and I think I don't know if that was a nickelback or if that was a safety. I can't remember. But anyway, he had Gameville coming out to the flat. But however, he was like 8 yards off the ball. You know what I mean? Away from
yeah,
Gainwell. Now, I mean, how do you look at it? Gainwell, ball placement, not everything goes where it's supposed to be, where it's supposed to go. Ball placement, Gainwell catches that ball and gets those 4 yards just like that. You see what I'm saying? It would have been a
yeah.
quick catch and pick. I mean, a quick pitch and catch. But I like other than that, dog, that was all Jones. And I'm gonna be honest with you, because he was getting beat so bad, that's a domino effect on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, all except for our boy at center.
Yo, all except for Frazier and Patano.
Frazier was very good this game. Very good this game, especially on the pass protection. I was really impressed with watching him today. And
Yes.
some of the line adjustments, I think, because you could see he was shouting them out at one point, and I'm pretty sure maybe Jones, maybe he didn't pay attention on one or two of those. I can't say for
He
sure. We
know
don't
his
know. We're
mouth.
not in the huddle. We're not on the line,
But
but
I know I saw Frazier doing this when he came to the line. I know I saw that. I know I saw that.
so
I know I saw that.
I mean, Siamalu played a decent game today. He was okay. But the tackle situation is
Jones.
going to be,
It goes back to Jones. Everything just keeps circling back to Jones.
yeah, the tackle situation is just the big tipping point. It's crazy. It's a shame because I had said beforehand that I was hoping that he would have improved like we saw in the games in preseason where he just got better and a little bit better each game, right? He progressed a little bit each time. And today, I don't know if it's because of how good Quentin Williams was, because like to be real, Quentin Williams is a very good player. Um, but
Like
he didn't
that.
take it. He took 5 steps backwards. He took 5 steps backwards today.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more.
And I hate
So
saying
I'm
it because I had so much faith in him and pride, but I'm wrong on this one.
hey listen, so listen. I'm gonna give my team, I'm gonna give my offense as a whole, I'm gonna give my offense a B.
Yep.
I'm gonna give the play calling, I'm gonna give the play calling, I'm gonna give the play calling a C plus. I'm gonna give the play calling a C plus because I felt as though I'm gonna give play called on both sides a C plus. I felt as though we were playing too safe.
Yeah, I'll give the play calling in the fourth quarter a B plus for the Steelers defense. Up until
Yeah,
that
yeah,
port,
yeah.
I'm going to give them a D minus because
Absolutely, absolutely.
it changed completely in the fourth. And yes, we can put it as how Terrell Austin likes to play, the bend don't break system. But brother, we were damn near broken by halftime. And I said before the game the Jets would be winning at half and the Steelers would come back. But
And
that
you
comeback
called
was a
that too.
bit way too close for comfort for a comeback in the second half.
Hey yo, and listen, shout out, hey listen, shout out to the Golden Leg, Chris Boswell.
Oh man,
Yeah, shout out to
60
the
yards
Golden
and
Leg.
then some.
Yo, listen, my boy, listen, his number's been called over the last 2, 3 years. His number has been called, and
Yep.
my man answers the call. Listen, you saw what it said 10 out of 13 times. So that just made 11 out of, that made, my man answers the call. He answers the call, dog. So, listen,
60 plus yards on that, and there was room to spare. There was
yes,
room to
yes,
spare. And an open game, open field like that outdoors. Yeah, it
yes.
was nice
While
out,
it's
but
raining. While it's raining.
yeah, what just he comes in again and again, and that's great to see.
Yo, listen. Listen. That is some safe consistency in one department that I can just, I'm good there. Like, I don't even, I'm good
Yeah. And you know
there.
what else what shored me up for kicking today is we actually had a punter who booted the ball.
Yes, yes,
We had a punter who kicked the ball downfield more than 30 yards. That was nice to see for once, whereas last year
absolutely.
that was devastating.
All those shank punts going 29 yards, having a oh man, having a net of 16 yards. Like what the
Yeah, I mean, Waitman averaged 47 and a half in 4 punts, right? And one of them was a 50-yarder. So I'm going to take that any day over in the week over what we had experienced last year and even the year before that. If he can
absolutely.
continue doing that when we need him to do that, hopefully it's not that much, right? Hopefully he's not punting that much.
Exactly. Like today, he didn't do that much today. He didn't do that much today. Like I don't know, it was one punt in the first half, and I think like four total or three total in the second or something like that.
Yep. And
But
then
we
he
were the
had
only
one
one
in the
that punt in
20.
the first half.
Yeah, out of 4 punts, having one inside the 20 today, too. That good job.
Yeah. So, all I know is, listen, like I said, man, you go look at the first segment we made, the pre-segment, and you look at how much whiter it is now. You know what I mean? How much grayer it is now just off of one game. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's
uh,
just ridiculous.
it was too close for comfort today. Too close for comfort. But you know what? At least we finally saw the offense open up. Good to see. We finally got some answers on Rodgers, whether they're good or bad answers. I think he's going to work the rest of this rust off. For being rusty, he still looked pretty darn good today.
Yeah, yes. Like I said, he didn't play any preseason. He played in a couple. I guess they had like two joint practices and stuff, whatever. So to see how he looked today in game speed, that was promising. I can see progression from it. Like as long as I don't see no decline from here, I'm good. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm good. If I don't see no decline from today, what the man had 4 touchdowns, like almost 200. So like I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like
Another
I'm good.
fourth quarter comeback, that's that, hey, gives me nice soft fuzzy memories of when Ben was back there, bringing us back in the fourth quarter, giving us all the shine. It's nice to see somebody of that pedigree kind of in the wheel, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to get my hopes too high up. It's
Yeah,
early.
not
It's
yeah,
one
yeah,
game,
yeah.
one game.
Yeah, not it's only one game. It's only one game, but we got the W, baby. We got the W.
It's another Steelers win. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. So listen, that was my. You got any final words, Graham?
No, I think we did as much of coverage as we can on such short notice, especially coming down off the high of that game. A nice win, a nice last win off like you said, the golden leg of Chris Boswell. It's good to be back for another Sunday of football and another Steeler win.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, that's our recap. You know what I mean? That's our post game recap of today's game. Steelers 34, Jets, New York Jets 32. Hey, man, off a 60-yard Chris Boswell boot. We got it done. You know what I mean? It wasn't pretty, but we got it done. To my man, salute, Downface Gremlin. I'm Coach Common. This is the Not Move podcast. We'll see you next week for our post game. Before we take over, we play next week. I'm sorry.
We got the Seattle Seahawks coming
Yeah.
up on the schedule. Sunday
Yes.
game at 1 p.m.
Yes. So we'll see you next week for our pregame. Opinions and analogies of the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Seattle Seahawks. I'll see you next week. Not Move Podcast, baby. Coach Kama here, 6'4", 280 pounds. I don't move so easy. Not Move Podcast, baby. Lock in and get locked out. Football. Strap up and wrap up what you don't want broke up. Salute the Gremlin. We out of here, baby. Peace.